Hi, thank you for coming to this meeting. We'll get started now. I'm Sadie Boleen, the K-3 special education teacher. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the performance and progress that your child has made. Assessments used to collect data were a curriculum-based measurement of Tang Math, the Woodcock-Johnson Test of Achievement, a social-emotional skills checklist, and a social-emotional skills self-assessment. So we'll start with Woodcock-Johnson. That showed a strength in reading and writing and a need for math. This chart shows the scores for each of the tests, and it shows whether it was average, low average, very low, or high average. This row is the grade equivalent. This is the age equivalent, and this shows how the scores compare to our same age peers. I'll let you look over that. Let me know what questions you have. So overall, this shows that math is an area of growth that we should target in order to help her make progress in the general education curriculum. This is the self-assessment, and it shows that your child doesn't think that they have the independent skills to utilize the safe space, and from what I've seen, I would agree. I think that that is a skill that we still need to work on. And the social skills checklist and the behavioral data show a need for explicit instruction in regulation strategies. If you look at the chart for the behavioral data, you'll see that it had two spikes in it. One was a little bit bigger than the other, and then the behaviors almost completely went away. And so I'd like to explain that. Those are extinction bursts, and so whenever we've implemented interventions that are working, after about 6 weeks, you might see an extinction burst where they will try and increase their behaviors as kind of a last-ditch effort to see if they can get out of what the expectation was, or get what they want with those behaviors. And if we keep the interventions in place and are consistent, then you see those behaviors die off. So she had 2 extinction bursts pretty close to each other, and so now we've seen a really big reduction in the physical and verbal aggression, which is great. It's a lot of progress. So the Tang Math, if you look at the chart here, it shows the different skills that are being assessed and at what level. Either it's concrete, pictorial, abstract, and so you'll see that throughout the weeks your child has made gains in moving from the concrete to the abstract, and will continue to work on that. Right now your child can add 2 digits and 1 digit within 100, so like 29 plus 8, and that's with regrouping. And so moving forward, if we're thinking about goals for your child to continue to make progress, I think that one short-term goal would be to start adding 2-digit and 1-digit numbers with regrouping abstractly. So this means that they don't need manipulatives in order to solve the problems or drawings in order to solve the problems. They can think through the problem in their head. And I would like for us to try and meet this goal by the end of the 3rd quarter. I think that looking at the data, the way your child has progressed through those different skills, that would be pretty on target for how much growth we've already seen. Another goal that I would like to Another short-term goal I would like to see would be to utilize coping strategies when upset at least 70% of the time by the end of the third quarter. So, referencing back to the data chart, behavioral data chart, the physical and verbal aggression has reduced significantly, and I think that is a result of her allowing adults to help her when she's upset. I would like her to be more independent in that, so that means, using the safe space independently or the peace corner independently, and learning those strategies that she can use without an adult needing to help her. And so some of those coping strategies look like taking deep breaths, using a weighted blanket, asking for a break when needed. And I think that is one that we will strongly target, is being able to ask for a break. If we're thinking long term, moving away from just the 2-digit plus 1-digit, and more towards the triple digits that are more on grade level, so 3 digits plus 3 digits. If we continue to see the same progress, I think that he can meet that goal by the end of the fourth quarter, because a lot of the same skills that are used for adding 2 digits plus 1 digits with regrouping are similar to with the bigger numbers. It's just taking that skill and making it a little bit more advanced. So and then the other long-term goal is, once they're able to use those coping strategies 70% of the time, I would like the next step to be 90% of the time, and just keep moving towards that independence. Do you have any questions over those goals, or is there anything that you'd like to add? I think that targeting the math and the behavioral goals can really set your child up for success at school. And if the same amount of progress continues to be made, I think that we'll see your child be able to be in an environment that is less restrictive than what they've been in. As far as the academics, I do not plan on giving your child homework, so we won't need to collaborate a whole bunch about that. Really, if you want to do something with them at home, reading a book or just fun activities, you can do, but I would love for us to collaborate more on the behavioral side of things. Research tells us that when things are consistent in all settings, that we'll see more success in behaviors changing. So if there is a time that we could get together and just kind of I'd like to know what works at home for you, and what expectations that they do have at home, and what words you use, so then we can kind of be on the same page with different things and collaborate on the structures and strategies that would work in all settings for your child. Do you have any questions about that? So, it's been amazing working with your child. They are so sweet and so kind, and just they put a smile on everybody's face. Thank you so much for your time, and I really look forward to the rest of the year. If you want to contact me, my number is there, or you can always send me an email. Thank you.